How's it going, everybody? I'm Lewis, and we've got the newest Halloween event from the Old School RuneScape team, and this one's actually located in Lumbridge, so we're going to pop over there and check it out. So we're just on the edge of the Lumbridge swamp, and there's new NPCs, Abigail and Huey. Let's give them a quick chat, find out what's going on. So once you have a chat with Abigail and Huey, you find out that they've just come from an island where there was a nice house party, however a murderer was loose. It looks like Huey got attacked and Abigail just got out in the nick of time. So let's go to their boat, which is just over here. Not allowed any items when you go on this boat, by the way. Let's go on this boat and we can check out that house and see if we can find the killer. Once we get to the island, we can see a large house, somewhat reminiscent of Draenor Manor, which is well suited to Halloween if you ask me. If you go to the door, you'll find out that it's locked, and the only other way you can go is to the west and slightly north. When you do this, you'll eventually encounter a cutscene. Once that cutscene is finished, you'll see the house key fall into the barrel. However, there's too much water for you to simply grab it. So if you haven't already grabbed the bucket near the fountain, go and grab that, and use it to empty the barrel. When the barrel's empty, you can grab the key inside, and you'll find out that's actually the key for the manor. So, let's go inside the house. Now inside the house, we can see there's a room with a woman in it. So if we approach that, we'll find a second cutscene. This time, the killer leaves us a note. This note reads, "Isn't murder just a work of art? Beautiful yet haunting, like the blade of a knife, as we wander through the valley of death." Now there are three key parts to this riddle, the nearest of which is the knife, which you can see on the table. The next is the fact that it points out works of art, and the third is the valley of death. If you look around, you'll spot quite a few pictures in the room slightly to the west, and one of them is of a valley. If you use the knife on that painting, you will discover a secret compartment and you'll find the ruby key. Luckily, this house is colour coordinated, so each of the doors in this house have a corresponding coloured key, so it's fairly easy to spot which keys open which door. Use the key that you just got to go through the corresponding door. Now that should take you to one of the eastern rooms in the house. You'll notice in this room there's a barrel with a fuse in it, and multiple candles, however these ones are extinguished. Grab a tinder box from the shelves and light all the candles. Once this is done, the room heats up and the fuse on the barrel will be dry. From there you can light the fuse, run away to a safe distance, and it will explode. Once the barrel has exploded, you'll be able to climb outside. Follow the garden north and to the west a little bit. You'll see the third murder cutscene. This time the murderer will parody the Saw films, saying that he wants to play a game, and he'll ask the lady who the vampire in South Mistland is. I believe that if you interrupt with the answer, then he'll get mad and kill her, and if you say nothing, like I did, then she gets it wrong and he kills her anyway. So, the poor lady can't avoid getting killed. After the killing, the killer drops another note to you. This one reads, "It's like music to my ears, the glorious sound spelling out your fate." If you think this through, first we need to find something to create sounds or music. Luckily there's a piano in the most northeastern room in the house. If you go to the piano, you'll get an interface to play some music. If we remember the riddle, we have to spell out our fate. Now with this being a Halloween event, there's one obvious word that can definitely be spelled out with the keys of the piano, and that's dead, essentially meaning our fate is to die. After playing D-E-A-D on the piano, a compartment on the piano will open, and that contains the emerald key. Head back into the main part of the house to open the emerald door, then head to the kitchen with the woman in it. Here we'll see yet another cutscene, which is personally, I think, my favourite cutscene, because this woman, Mandy, is doing everything the horror genre teaches us not to do. Now I quote, "Nothing bad ever happens when people go check out noises in the dark outside of houses." But of course, the killer eventually turns up, stabbing her, leaving us another note. Now this one reads, "Hear at first these words. Each murder you witness helplessly from start to end. as you fail to solve the final letters of this quiz. Razor sharp like the gemstone is the blade of my knife. The last sound you hear will be your scream's echo. Heed that, I will have the final word in this thriller. Now, you've got to go to the east side of the house again. You will find that one of the rooms will have a fireplace that isn't lit. If you use your knife with that fireplace, you'll actually shimmy open some of the bricks and open the next puzzle. Here we've got to input the correct order of gems. This order is sapphire, diamond, zenite, emerald, onyx, and finally, ruby. Once you do this, you will receive the final key, the sapphire key. Now we're ready for the final showdown. Go to the most western room and we'll face the killer. But this time, they're trying to kill us. The killer jumps into wardrobes and throws knives at you. Luckily, you can deflect them with the mirror. And you can angle the mirror so the knives will bounce back right at the killer. This is a bit of a pain, but it's rather fun, running around trying to get the mirror in the right angle and trying to kill the killer. It took me a while to do, but it was a very interesting game mechanic and I really enjoyed it. Once you deal with the killer, you can get the Scooby-Doo moment of unveiling who is under the mask. It turns out that Abigail is the killer. After a bit of a chat, you find out that she did it because she's jealous of the fact that we're always solving the Halloween puzzles. She always arrives way too late, so this year she wanted some time in the spotlight. After that, another killer appears, takes off his mask, and it's Huey. After some more chatting, they end up turning on each other, and Huey gets stabbed. If you grab his knife, you can stab Abigail. Just before you leave, Abigail stands up and approaches to kill you. However, Mandy managed to survive and kills Abigail with a god sword. After all that, you can go out of the manor and talk to Mandy to claim your reward. This event was incredible. Props to the Old School RuneScape team for adding it, and especially thanks to mod Tom H for the design. It was quite different from previous Old School RuneScape Halloween events, but very refreshing and a very Old School RuneScape style event. In fact, I'd probably say that this is one of my favourite events we've had throughout the entire history of both Old School RuneScape and RuneScape 3. The rewards are, as we can see, a Banshee outfit, somewhat reminiscent of the Killer's outfit in the Scream franchise. There's also the Hunter's Blade, which is a lovely little murderous knife. I quite like the animations it gives you when you're walking and running, and it has some funny little idle animation. Kind of looks like you're drinking from the knife, but I guess you're just scratching your nose or something. Either way, I think that's pretty cool. Of course, we also get regular Halloween items, which will be all the items from last year and the years before, and the tradable Halloween items. That is the Halloween mask set and the pumpkins. This was a thoroughly enjoyable event, and if it's still in game and you haven't played it, I recommend doing it. I believe it's going to be available until the 4th of November. So check the date, and if it's still in game, try it out. Click here if you want to watch my video on the latest Old School RuneScape poll, Iron Man mode. And if you want to watch my update video for this event, please click here for Halloween 2016. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and share, and if you're team up to date with the Old School RuneScape updates, stat box polls, and occasional in-game videos like this, please subscribe. I've been Lewis, thanks for watching, goodbye.